sit back and relax because this is some hot news on Cricket Part 3.
Feedback that persons are giving me is that these guys only turn up to play when they choose. So we should not be giving them the same latitude as persons who are always available. So if they are only going to turn up to play when they choose, they must perform because they are having that privilege of playing only when they want to. Let's start with you, coach.
Well, when it comes to Pooran, I'll say this unequivocally. Pooran can't be telling me he only available for this series and that series and so on. Pooran is only playing one format for West Indies at this moment, T20 cricket, right? So if you can't make yourself available to play for West Indies when we got T20 cricket, I can start looking elsewhere. All due respect, I don't care is the world, whatever. You have to make yourself available because the problem with Mr. Pooran, we're starting to see his lack of playing cricket is starting to show up in his piss poor performances of recently, right? These guys don't seem to understand, like any sport, unless you're getting in the reps, your performances are going to dip.
Thank you very much, Dwight. Let's hear your view.
All right. Pooran is my boy. Has been my boy for a long while. But I would be stupid to say that I have not been disappointed. I'd be lying to say that I have not been disappointed with what I've seen recently. I mean, in this last series, he was averaging something around 15 with a strike rate of somewhere around 100 in a T20 series. And this is not the first series that we have seen a falling off from him. I really think Pooran needs to get his game together. And Pooran also needs to be aware of what the fan sentiment is. If you are going to only turn up for one series, if you're only going to turn up for one format, if you're going to be choosing and refusing the series that you're gonna play in, you have to give me big performances when you come there. Like do a Shivnarayan Chanjapal when he was turning up it wasn't by choice, but Shivnarayan would put in big performances. Pooran has to put in big performances. And I really think that if I was advising him, I think this whole thing where he's only playing T20 cricket is only hurting his cricket. That's just my personal view. When we come to Hetmyer, and let me look in the camera. Hetmyer, you need to be dropped.
Well, gentlemen, I will not be dropping any of the two for today's match. My position, I will continue to play the same team that play. Basil.
No. Explain that to me, Basil. What? Explain Hetmyer to me. You explain that to me, but I mean, Carlton. Carlton, you.
No.
Basil, you go ahead.
Didn't say anything about Hetmyer, Basil. So let me hear your view on Hetmyer.
Yeah, look, Hetmyer, I get a lot of stick from Hetmyer fans. Because I'm not a Hetmyer fan. Never was. Right? I could judge Hetmyer with cold-blooded analysis because I have no sentiments. And I get a lot of stick from especially my Guyanese comrades who feel that I don't like Hetmyer when I make statements. Now, there is an obvious feeling in the West Indies coaching camp that this Hetmyer guy is a tremendous player. And they want to get that player out. My argument to them has always been this. Hetmyer has never been a good international T20 batsman. The records say that. That's been my argument. They have been judging Hetmyer as a T20 international batsman based on his performances in the domestic league, not what he has done for the West Indies. So that has always been my argument. In my view, Hetmyer is fortunate to be getting to play because, one, his performances leading up to being selected into the West Indies team, no, there's nothing to shout home about. If he was any other player and the performances he has had even in the IPL the last year, there is no way that player would have got picked to the West Indies team based on those performances. So there is this belief about Hetmeyer's ability that they feel they got to give him more chances.